Hello again. So we're going to create the Waterfront Bistro spreadsheet. I have started it for us. So we have the title, Waterfront Bistro. We have quarterly revenue budget forecast as our subtitle. And then we have column headings like room, quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and etc. Total, average, lowest, maximum. So we're going to format the spreadsheet so that we can get the total for the quarters, the average for the quarter, as well as the lowest for the quarters and the maximum value. And then we'll come and get a quarterly total at the bottom, and then we'll do a proof total. Our goal then is to format the spreadsheet just as you see to the right of our screen here. So let's go ahead and get started. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start first with total, and we're going to get a total. So I'm going to highlight the range like this, and then we'll go to where it says auto sum in the editing group and to simply click on auto sum. So that's what you need to do in order to get that particular total. Again, you would highlight the range, and we're using, in this case, B5 through E5, and we're going to where it says auto sum, and we're getting that total. Now, once the total has been inserted, you can actually go to the bottom right of the cell where you see that little square. Okay, put your mouse right on it. The mouse turns into hairline plus, and you want to double click on it. Okay, or you can click and drag down. All right, so once you do that, it basically shows you exactly what this is going to do. Let me undo that for just a second because something didn't quite work the way that I wanted it to work. All right, so we're going to double click now here, and now it gives us the totals for the rest of the rooms. Now let's go to where it says average. We're going to click on average. We're actually in G4, but what I like to do is simply highlight the range that we're using, and then I go to the editing group, click on that little arrow here, and then we're going to click on where it says average. So we click average, and it gives us the average. Now once you have the average in, all you got to do is, like I said, go and point to the bottom right of the cell where the mouse turns into hairline plus, to simply double click like this. Okay. For the lowest value, we will highlight the range like this, and then go back over to lowest, which is going to be our min, M-I-N. Click on it, and then it gives us the minimum value. Now you can do that again if you like. You can highlight the range, do not include total, go over to the drop list here, and then click on min. Once you click on min, then it gives you the lowest value for that range. What I like to do once I have the results in, I will go and place my mouse right on that square, and then I will double click on it, and that populates the other cells. Now for the maximum value, highlight the range again, just as we did. Do not include the total, average, or lowest, just those 4 quarters. Then go in, go over to the auto sum, click on that drop list box, then click on max, and then it gives us the maximum value. Again, if we were to highlight the range like this, and then we go back to the editing group, click on the arrow right next to the auto sum, click on max, it gives us the maximum value. Now once it's in, you can actually use what we call the fill feature to double click on it and to populate the other cells. All right, now for the total at the bottom, just simply go and click on auto sum. Click on auto sum, and then you can click and drag to be exact with that particular range, which is B4:B8, and then we'll check it. Okay. Once it's in, then you can actually use what we call the fill feature. Click on it, drag it to the right like this. Or if you want to, you can actually just continue using AutoSum like this, and then checking. So you do have an option. Whenever you see the pound symbols like this, it means your column is not wide enough. So what we want to do is simply go here and double click, make that column wide enough. Now once that column is wide enough, everything is flowing. Now when you type your data in, you probably didn't use commas. Okay, so I'm going to take the commas out for a second. Okay. And I am going to go to General here just to make these numbers general. All right, so say, and I do encourage you to type without trying to type in the commas. It just makes it, a longer process. So go ahead and highlight the range like this. Then what you want to do is go to the number group, click on comma, okay, and then go and decrease your commas. I'm sorry, your decimals. Decrease your decimals. All right. So now for the proof total, we're going to put in a simple formula. It's equal F10. So we're going to say type the equal symbol and then go to where it says F10 and then check it. The next thing that we want to do is add some borders. Okay. So we're going to highlight the range like this. And we're going to go to the font group, the border button. We're going to click on that arrow right next to it. And let's look for the one that has a top and a double border, which is this one. We'll click on it. Okay, now let's go to B12, and we're going to do the same thing. But this time we're going to select the one that only has the bottom double border. Okay. Okay. Next, what I want you to do is to highlight the range like this, and we're going to center these items. Okay. We're going to do the center like this, and we're going to do the center like this. And in doing so, you have basically what we call a horizontal approach as well as a vertical alignment. We're also going to change the font size. So I'm going to go to the font group, this grow button, and just grow it up like that. It might mean you have to come in now and widen your column, and so you can do so. I'm also going to highlight this range, and I'm going to grow this a little bit. Okay. I may not want to grow this as much as I've grown the title. I'll give this one 16, and for this one I'm going to give 22. Now I'm going to highlight the range like this so we can add some colors. What I normally do is just go and select the one color like this. Then I will go back and change my font color to a light color like this. Then I'm going to change this font color to a darker blue like this. Okay. Now let's go ahead and merge and center our title. So I'm going to click, hold, and drag all the way to I, and I'll go up and click on merge and center. Same thing for this subtitle. I'll click like this, and I'll go up and click on merge and center. Okay, so this is the assignment. Some other things that you can actually do. You can go and insert a header. So you can click on insert, go over to header, and then you can actually type your name. I'm going to type my name here. can also insert the date and time. So if I were to click on current date, it inserts as a code. When I click off of it, it displays the date. I can also put in the time or the page number. So I will put in the time. And then when I click off of it, then it's going to actually show the time. And feel free to insert a footer as well. Okay? Have fun with it.